In response to reports of Russian human rights abuses in the Ukraine war, the UN General Assembly suspended Russia's membership of the United Nations Human Rights Council. A corresponding resolution tabled by Great Britain and the USA, among others, was passed by the General Assembly on Thursday in New York. 93 members voted in favor, including Germany and the USA. 58 members abstained, and 24 members voted against, including Russia, Algeria, Bolivia, China, Cuba, North Korea, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Iran, and Syria. Overall, the necessary two-thirds majority was achieved, for which abstentions were not counted. The UN Human Rights Council is a Geneva-based subsidiary of the General Assembly, established in 2006 as the successor to the UN Human Rights Commission. It has 47 member states, each elected for 3-year terms. The text of the resolution states that the right of the Russian Federation to become a member of the Human Rights Council is suspended. Such a step had previously been called for many times by representatives of Western countries. The leading Western industrialized countries, the G7, including Germany, had also spoken out in favor of this. We are convinced that now is the time to suspend Russia's membership of the Human Rights Council. Before the vote, the Ukrainian ambassador to the UN, Serhiy Kyslytsya, urged people to vote in favor of the resolution. Voting no means pulling the trigger, and a red dot on the voting screen read as blood of lives lost. This image will stay with you and all of us as long as our memories last, he said. Russian Deputy Ambassador to the UN, Dmitry Polyansky, replied that the resolution had no relation whatsoever to the real human rights situation on the ground. Numerous states justified their abstentions or votes against by saying that there had not been an independent investigation into the alleged war crimes. While Russia will remain an official member of the Council until the end of its term, it will lose all of the rights of that membership. For example, the country can no longer participate in meetings of the Human Rights Council, even as an observer. Russia remains a member of the United Nations, and as a permanent member with the right to veto the Security Council, it is also one of the most powerful. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently accused the Security Council of failure in the Ukraine war and suggested Russia's exclusion from the Council as one of the possible solutions. But under UN regulations, that is next to impossible. Russia has been a member of the Human Rights Council since 2020. The body repeatedly produces critical reports on human rights violations in some conflicts. On the other hand, critics accuse them of not adequately condemning abuses in major powers such as China. It also happens again and again that countries are represented that are accused of human rights violations, for example China or Saudi Arabia. According to UN regulations, 2/3 of the members of the UN General Assembly must vote in favor of suspending the membership of a country which, according to the relevant resolution of the Human Rights Council, commits gross and systematic violations of human rights. This has only happened once in the history of the Human Rights Council. Libya was excluded in March 2011 because of its brutal crackdown on demonstrators. In 2018, the United States withdrew from the Human Rights Council under President Donald Trump, but returned in 2021 under his successor Joe Biden. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.